goes out to David Gordon Moore, who was thinking about joining the military. I know we had this talk, but I never really explained much, and I specifically know about Navy life, so I should at least tell you my experience in the Navy. Before I went to Great Lakes, which is where you're gonna go if you do join the Navy, the real first step is telling everyone that you're going. For me, they didn't want me to go. Probably because the whole war in Iraq thing, but after a while, they wish you the best. My mother, it took her a while. She didn't like it at all. But after a while, and eventually she got over it. Especially when she saw me in that Navy uniform after graduation. That really changed her mind. Matter of fact, you would have thought that she was the reason that I went into the Navy in the first place. Now in boot camp, for me, at first, it sucked. Now, if it was anything like I went through, if it was anything like I went through, you'll be cut off everything outside. You do get phone calls, and you're able to send mail. But most of all, they cut you from the outside because they want you to learn the Navy way, and they want you to basically, they're trying to conform you into a U.S. sailor. Now, like I said, for me, it sucked a bit, mostly because I was out of shape, and my division was a bunch of knuckleheads, including myself. I was probably the biggest knucklehead there. Um, but by the end of boot camp, I was squared away and fleet ready. You will hear this term a lot if you do join. After boot camp, I went to A school where I learned my job in basic engineering. Who y'all snipes, we run the fucking Navy. And honestly, it's the closest thing to actual college and not like AI. It's like a real college. If you ever go there, it's like a campus. There's like a McDonald's on the base. There's cafeterias in there. After you go to your engineering school, you get time off. You get to see people. You get to talk to people. You get to stay in. You get to be in rooms with people and all that other stuff. You'll basically meet new friends and all that other stuff. And then by that time, you will have a cell phone. That's where I got my first cell phone that I bought and all that other stuff. Um, but you will not bring it to like class and none of that. They don't allow that. They're real strict on that. People did it anyway. I didn't because wasn't really that many people I wanted to talk to. That was just me. And if I did, I could just wait till like after it was over. Um, but yeah, it was like a actual college. It was built like a campus, but you do have a curfew. That's one thing, and they're real strict on the curfew. And learning your rate comes first. So whatever rate you get, you usually get it in boot camp. And then once you come into the A school, that's where you learn your rate. And me, I would like me, I was a home maintenance technician, HT for short. Um, I had to learn basic engineering. If you pass that, then I had to learn my job, which was HT. And then you pass that, then they send you out to the fleet. They give you orders. Now you can pick your orders, but depending on what the Navy needs and what you need it for, you probably go to either Washington. Some people get Japan. Some people get Guam. Guam is really a place. I wanted Japan, but I got Norfolk, Virginia, and I wasn't sad. I wasn't sad that I got Norfolk, but I didn't want Washington State either. So that's just me. Um, After you learn your job, you'll be given orders where to go. Now you can choose where you want to go. It's really up to the Navy where you need the most. Like I said, I was sent to a carrier. The carrier is the biggest ships on the fleet. You have your small boys, your DDGs, and all your supply ships and all that other stuff. But the big babies are the carriers. I was sent to the USS Harry S. Truman CVN 75, which is one of the biggest ships in the Navy. It is also where majority of the eyes are because other ships protect the carrier. Now, on a personal note, I could not ask for a better group to deploy with. And if any one of my friends from the Navy that was on that ship, I love all y'all. And y'all know that I love all y'all. You guys were like family to me. And I hope I get to see some of y'all one of these days. Um, I couldn't work with a better group to deploy with though. The HTMR that I work with is like family to me. Even the first class and chiefs that I work with. Shout out to all of them too because y'all made my life easier. And I really did not want to disappoint none of y'all. It was like none didn't want to disappoint the Chiefs either, but I really did not want to disappoint the first classes. So with that saying, if you have their back, they will have yours. Now, here's some advice if you do go to the Navy. Bust your ass. Um, when I came in, it was about learning your job, but more or less when people come in, they get e-swaths and their AirPens. So, learn your job. I would say always try to learn your job, you bust your ass, but try to move up in ranks because the more you move up the ranks, the more money you'll get. Try to get to E5 real quick because that's what a lot of people do when they get in. But don't try to lose yourself. Stay in shape because you got to be fleet ready, and one of the things of being fleet ready is being fit. And mostly, yes, you will miss things going on in your home life, but your new life is Navy. So yeah, I missed my sister's wedding. I missed a lot of stuff. I was able to catch my grandparents' vow renewal, and I was happy about that. But other than that, I missed a lot of stuff that was going on. Some stuff I really didn't need to know, but some stuff I did kind of like want to know. But either way, depending on how your family is, you probably either don't care about missing that stuff or you do. Everywhere you go, you will feel like the most important person in the room. There have been times where I was in uniform outside the base, and then people see me, they'll stop even and say, "Thank you for serving your country." Norfolk is a bunch of military people around, and that's another thing. Always watch your surroundings. You're gonna see a bunch of Navy sailors. You may not be from your ship, but they are sailors, and they will. If they see you being a piece of shit or just acting up, they'll stop you, and then they ask you, and then they'll basically snitch on your chain of command. And it's like you. The one thing the Navy does not want you to do is make them look bad out in the streets. So always be on your best behavior when you're representing the Navy, because even outside of your clothes, you don't represent. You're a sailor 24/7. You don't represent yourself. You represent the whole Navy. But when the times comes where people say thank you, it makes you happy. You feel like the most important in the room, and you will have this pride and confidence that will come out of you. And most importantly, you'll be able to take care of yourself, because a lot of people, especially around your age, they feel like the world is burning them. They feel like they have to do things quickly. Get jobs and all that other stuff, live on their own and all that other stuff. With the Navy, you kind of like learn how to take care of yourself. You actually like discover who you are and what you really want. A bit of advice for what my recruiter told me. Shout out to Shrine, if you ever listen to this. What up? He's best recruiter ever, and he told me this life important lesson. When I was getting depth in and all that other stuff, and he was trying to recruit me, and I already told him, I said, you ain't gotta even though he gave me the speeches anyway, I told him, you ain't got to convince me and all that other stuff. I was going to join. I already had made my mind I was going to join. But he said some people are not ready for college as soon as they go out. The Navy, it'll grow you a bit. You learn some things, and then you go into college, because you'll get to see the world. You'll travel the world. As you know, I went to France, Dubai, Greece, Bahrain. All nice places. You get to see the world. You get to experience new things. You get to see life on the other side, and all that other stuff. So this life experience grows you, and then most people go back into the college. So that might actually help you out. And I know what you're thinking because you told me like 4 years seems forever, and it's like no. When I was in, I feel like those 5 years just flew by. It was like I still remember my first day stepping on the Navy ship. So, you'll be able to take care of yourself, and that alone feels good in itself. So if this helps you join the Navy, or if anybody else that stumbles on this, I hope this helps you to join the Navy. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not Joe Navy. Like, Navy's great and all that other stuff. I had my good days. I had my bad days. But all I can say is I did have fun where I was in. I did do my job. I feel like at least I can give a fair assessment of the Navy. This is like, in your early days, you'll get fucked. But at the same time, if you work hard and people see your hard work, you'll get respected for it. You'll move up in ranks. And then you'll do good. So, I hope this joins the Navy for this goes, and you go Navy. Peace.
Let's bounce. Hey, wait a minute, hey, wait a minute, y'all. Wait, I know you feel it in your mouth, shout. Hey, you make your way, baby. Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? I say, tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? I put your aha!